right.
What's up, guys? Spencer with the Fantasy Fanatics. I'm here with Nathan. How are you doing today, Nathan?
What's going on, guys? Glad to be
I'm-
back.
Also here with Chicago Bears writer Ryan Fedrau. How you doing?
I'm good. I feel like that is a compliment that I'm not worthy of just yet.
Well, but
Really?
like you can still take it.
I will take it. I will take it. And maybe the Arlington Bears.
Yeah, I heard
don't
that it's
know.
not supposed to be till 2033, though.
So the lease, to my understanding, the lease agreement is to 2023, and the only way to get out of it, per the lovely mayor of Chicago, is paying the lease the next 12 years, along with taking the other lease on in Arlington Heights. So the issue with that is you're paying way too much money. I don't know what they would have to do to break that lease. They would have to, I don't know. We'll have to see. It takes a couple years to build a stadium to begin with. I know they already have something there, but you'd want to knock that all down and start from scratch, right? Especially if you're paying all that money.
Wasn't this the old owner George's dying wish? I heard that.
I don't know. He died a long time ago. You're
They
talking about the kid, or not the kid, the son that died in 2011? George McCaskey?
I guess.
I think George McCaskey's the owner, right? Or the guy right now, right? Yeah, George is right now.
If anybody
would know this, it would be you.
Yeah, no, George Ellis is dead. He died in 1983. So this is his dying wish. They've waited a very long time.
Did you just pull that right off the dome?
Michael McCaskey died in 2011, and then George McCaskey is Hallis's grandkid took over. George McCaskey's still alive. He is running. He's helping with Ted Phillips run this team into the ground. How are you? In the back. It's a great situation the Bears got going on.
Dude, Chicago would be furious.
They are furious.
Oh my gosh.
Would you still be a fan if they move?
Yeah, of course. They have to move. They got to stay as Chicago. You can't change the name. You can go.
Got to get a place in Texas now, huh?
Well, it's in Chicago, so it's right next to Chicago, so we're good. It's I think it's like an hour away. It's in Illinois. There's more than one Arlington, but I know you're talking.
Oh,
about.
I thought it was. I heard somewhere it was Arlington, Texas.
No. Arlington Heights, Illinois.
Nathan, you thought it was Arlington, Texas, too, because you said.
I said what?
Well, good thing nobody's watching.
We're live, pal. We're live, so it doesn't matter. Everyone knows now. But
all right, so what are you talking about here, Spencer? The Week 4 preview?
Yeah, Week 4 preview.
Let's get into it.
Well, before we go into that, I kind of want to ask, the Bears guy who was, on last week and talked, Justin Fields so highly. Maybe the next potential Josh Allen.
I don't remember ever saying those words.
They netted one total passing yard.
Mitchell Trubisky last week had one total passing yard, and he's the backup quarterback.
Yeah.
Mitch was not the problem. He was a problem, apparently, to some people. But
Mitch took this team to 2 playoffs. I don't know. Mitch might be the greatest quarterback of all team.
He might be the greatest quarterback ever. He took Matt Nagy's offense to the playoffs twice, and they rode his back to Coach of the Year. And you know who should have got Coach of the Year that year? Vic Fangio, the defensive coordinator, because he's the reason why they were 12-4 that year, with that defense being one of the greatest Bears defenses of all time to not win a playoff game. Catch me there, not win a playoff game.
Greatest Bears team to not win a playoff game.
Well, defense-wise, yes. I think that was one of the best offenses they've ever had, too. I mean, let's be honest here. I mean, they've had some great teams, but the offenses have never been great. I mean, when's the last time you watched a Bears game consistently where you're like, oh my God, that's such a great offense. Like, wow, they're so dynamic and the play calling's great.
It's been a while because I don't watch Bears games because they suck.
It would have to be like one of those Matt Forte games where he went like nuts and like, oh, okay, they're competent.
You know who was really good for like 2 years before they got rid of him? He wasn't that good in 2018. Jordan Howard. He had back-to-back 1,000-yard rushing seasons. Matt Nagy comes to town and says, let's not use this guy. Let's use Tariq Cohen, who I love, by the way. I love Tariq Cohen, but he's not an every down running back. Jordan Howard is a third down, a every down, a power back that's going to run right through you. I don't even know what the heck he's doing right now. So for me, hyping him up like he's this great running back, and right now I don't even think he has a job. All I'm saying is he was pretty good. Matt Forte is a great running back, and I loved watching him play growing up.
Where is Jordan Howard? Last I heard, he was on like the Eagles practice squad, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think he is on the practice squad.
Wow.
So maybe he wasn't that good. I mean, he was good for the 2 years.
Wow.
Where he had that crazy. Was it his rookie year or his second year?
Yeah, he was up. Him, I think it was rookie year. Him and Ezekiel Elliott, both their rookie years were top 5 in rushing, and everyone was making this big deal. And really, only one of them turned out being super good. And Ezekiel is kind of like inconsistent to an extent. He looked really good. 2 nights ago though? He looked really good.
Oh yeah,
He looked really good. So
I don't think that was as much on Justin Fields or Matt Nagy as it was the offensive line because they look like they. You think it's all on Matt Nagy?
Yeah, 95%.
So yes.
Well,
I think you could
all on one guy. He wasn't out there playing, but I can't stand him. I think his offensive schemes are the worst of any coach. He's terrible. He's like Adam Gase 2.0. I'm not going to say
You think he was out? You think he was out there sabotaging the play calling to be like, haha, I'm right. Andy Dalton is better.
Yeah. I tweeted it earlier, but I deleted it because I was like, maybe I'm really wrong here. But I wouldn't be surprised if he had a terrible game plan. I don't want to say on purpose because I don't think he's smart enough to blow a game. Personally, but I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't give it his all because he wants to be like, hey, look at me. I'm the smart guy. Andy Dalton's our guy. It's like, you're not the smart guy, Matt.
I could see it. You're
not smart. You're not Andy Reid, okay? I'm sorry. He seems like a nice guy. I'm sure he's great. You know, he could save small orphans during the offseason. But he is a terrible coach. He's a terrible play caller. Today they said, who's going to call plays? We're going to keep that in-house. Like, what does that mean?
I saw that.
Obviously, you're going to keep, you're going to call plays and the team's going to suck next week. So put all your money on the Lions. They're, I think, like a plus 135 or something. Put all your money on them. No, the Bears will probably win that game, and then everyone's going to be like, it wasn't too bad. And then they're going to lose the next 5 in a row because they're playing 5 where they'll be heavy underdogs. And
I saw a tweet where Matt Nagy said that all 3 quarterbacks are in the running to start. Is that true?
Well, I mean, if you listen to what he says, but he also said they were going to win against the Browns. So Justin's probably going to be the starter. But the way he was talking today is like Justin's not playing again this year. Because he's like, well, and one of the guys, I don't remember who it was saying, one of the beat writers was asking him, he says, are you going to let Justin play again, next week against kind of, he didn't say easier team, but he implied a team that he would have more success against. So he doesn't have to sit all year with that one start and how poorly it turned out. And he's like, we're going to keep that in-house, and didn't really answer the question and got back to like all 3 quarterbacks are on the board. And Andy's our starter when he's healthy.
Wow. So who's your ideal replacement
for Matt Nagy?
Yeah.
This year, Bill Lazor, and then next year, Ryan Day.
Oh, not Brian DePaul?
Brian is going somewhere else because he is not. He's not stupid.
Hey, that would not be a bad.
Nothing against the Bears. It's the media would eat him alive one struggling season. Now, I mean, he
kind of seems like a Chicago guy, though.
Yeah, I mean, I saw a tweet today that he would be really good with those sandwiches they got in there. Now with the deep dish, he'd be really good with those grilled pepper sandwiches or steak sandwiches or beef sandwiches or anything really, just sandwich-wise. I mean, he's a little, he seems like a hungry guy.
Dude, what's your deal? Why would you say that about the ball?
No, Brian Dable or the ball or whatever. He's a nice guy. He's a great coordinator, but all these great coordinators are supposedly great coordinators. A lot of them don't turn out to be much. And the ideal guy is a guy that's been a head coach, whether it's in college or as a veteran. But 9 times out of 10, when you get that veteran coach that's fired, something went wrong. And let's just give an example. John Fox they brought in. And that John Fox and Vic Fangio rebuilt that defense, but they didn't rebuild the offense. The offense kind of found its way with Trubisky, and they had a decent offensive line in 2018, and the weapons just kind of fit. It was weird because they it fit in 2018, and it was just terrible in 2019. And quarterback play wasn't terrible, but he went from the third best QBR in football to like 21st or something, and that's a big drop. That's 18 spots. And don't quote me on that. It could have been lower. Don't quote me on that. But he played hurt that year. In 2020, he looked a lot better as a quarterback. 16 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, and 1 rushing touchdown in 9 games. Not terrible. I don't know. I love Mitch. I think he's going to – I hope he has like a Ryan Tannehill type comeback somewhere that's not Green Bay, Minnesota, or Detroit, or New Orleans or something. I don't know where he feels in
Detroit.
Oh, it'd be awesome, right? Because then I can't root for him.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, guys, I love Mitch, but I'm a Bears fan, and you have to root with your team from top to bottom. It's terrible. Do you hear my dogs barking?
No, you're good. I did see your tweet about Ryan Day, and I thought about replying. I was like, yeah, that other Ohio State coach that's coaching in the NFL right now is working out real well.
Who the guy?
Urban Meyer.
The guy in Jacksonville, Urban Meyer, who had 9 losses in his college career and has 3 losses in his NFL career.
He might lose 16, 15 games this year.
Well, I was telling my friend, I said, listen, the Jets suck and the Jaguars suck, which is why the Bears are a little bit looked as a little bit of a better team, like in the power rankings. But the issue is both those teams can't go 0-17 because they play each other. So someone's got, they could tie, but someone's got to win, right? So one of those teams' only win is going to be against each other, and I think both quarterbacks are going to look really good in that game, and everyone's going to be like, well, they sucked against everyone else, but when they played each other, and it's just
you think they're just snapping it through the end zone, they're backed up, and they're just like, this is our chance. They just send it over the punter's head into the stands.
They're both so
we're getting that first pick.
Yeah. Well, who the heck's going number 1? Because everyone at the beginning of the year, 3 quarterbacks were going in the top 10, and now I don't see anyone. But I saw a mock draft yesterday, and this was
Kayvon Thibodeau.
No. So I saw a mock draft yesterday for the quarterbacks, and this is not my mock draft, so no one bury me. But it was like Malik Willis was going number 10 to the Steelers. And
yes, I told Nathan about Malik Willis yesterday. I think he is the next great QB. After that, I'd probably go Matt Corral.
Maybe it was Matt Corral was going number 10. Maybe that's who it was. But Malik Willis got so I'm from New York, and I'm a big Syracuse fan, and my Syracuse Orangemen beat up on Liberty barely, but they did. A win's a win. And I wanted to tweet until I saw the stats of Garrett. I wanted to say Garrett Schrader. I wanted to say you're looking at the wrong quarterback, but then I saw his stats and I was like, no, you're looking at the right quarterback. It was like 7 for 15 when I was going to tweet that. And I'm like, he was running the ball well, but Tommy DeVito's a better passer, but they just found more success with him. And, you got to go with who's going to win. I love Tommy DeVito. And as a former wide receiver, I kind of have a weird connection with every quarterback that's on my team, except for Andy Dalton and Nick Foles. And Matt Nagy. He was a former he's the worst. Everyone said Justin Fields is his bad day, and he's not the best quarterback on that team. The worst quarterback on that roster is Matt Nagy. He doesn't even play quarterback anymore. The dude is so egotistical. You see videos of him at training camp, lobbing the ball down the field, and it's like, oh, what is he playing for us next week? If he could, he would. Trust me, if he could, he would. And then he'd call plays for himself and I don't know. I just I'm so glad they're going to be a Monday night game November 8th, which is also my 21st birthday. So I'm going to be really depressed at the end of the night. Not from drinking too much from the Bears. So maybe I'll have to tune into the Peyton and Eli for a little bit so they can just bury Matt Nagy.
I don't love that Peyton and Eli broadcast. Do y'all like it?
No, because I'm not paying attention to the game. I'm paying attention to
that. It's cool because those guests that they have on there isn't going to come on the normal broadcast, but it is kind of distracting, and it's you're watching them more than the game.
I personally like the announcers. I get a little pumped up when the announcers, get a little pumped up.
Yeah, just not when Booger's talking. He doesn't do the games.
Oh,
anymore.
I hate Booger.
2019, and they were bad. He's a nice guy too, so I feel bad saying something.
Who was the other one he did? He did it with. Now that announces
Louis
college.
Riddick he did it with. I don't know if that's who you're talking about though.
No, it was the dude who does the college games on ESPN now. I don't know his name.
I don't know.
He kind of stinks. So
I've gotten really into college football. I've always been. I watch every Syracuse game every year, but I'm trying to get into like all these other teams. So when I write about these quarterbacks, I'm not going to be writing much about quarterbacks this year because we got Justin for at least 4 years under contract unless they trade.
Maybe 1 or 2 if it looks like Cleveland every week.
Wow.
You probably got like Andy Dalton for about 5 or 6, so no reason to.
You might want to start writing about left tackles.
Yeah, well, I say we like I'm on the team. The Bears had I stopped after so long, and then I started doing it again. I stopped saying we because I was like, I said there. Then I started doing it again when I'm talking about the Bears. But they had Taven Jenkins, who is a left tackle, their rookie left tackle, and he got surgery. So he's out. So they brought in Jason Peters, who was like 38. The fact that he was going to Myles Garrett without any help, ridiculous. Maybe in his prime against Myles Garrett, he would have a little bit of a better shot. But Myles Garrett is a generational talent who would destroy him 10 out of 10 times if they played 10 times.
Yeah, I think I was watching the All-22 from the Bears game before we came on here, and it looked like Myles Garrett won his rep maybe 35 out of 45 times.
I'll say this. If these teams with that game plan played 10 times without them knowing the game plan, like obviously they know now what happened. If they play 10 times the same game plan, because they knew in the second quarter, Myles Garrett said, "Oh, I'm surprised they didn't switch it up." I was like, "Really? You came out and said that? So you can't even save face for us?" You just gotta. I feel like, I mean, maybe it's just me, but I feel like everyone's always crapping on the Bears. It's always something about the Bears. And
but it's valid.
No, this year, yeah. But I think a lot of the Trubisky stuff was overhyped. I think it was a little too much, and I think part of it is that big market. And here's another thing. I never understood this. And the Bears, both LA teams and both New York teams are in the 3 biggest sports markets. And then you could throw Houston in there too. They're in the 3 biggest sports markets in the world. And now this year, both LA teams are pretty good, but the other 3 teams suck. You're telling me that you can't get a good football team in Chicago as one of the biggest markets in the NFL? You can't get a good team every year? I'm not asking for a Super Bowl every year, but you can't get a good team with a good quarterback? You're telling me
if you'd hire Brian DeBall and draft Malik Willis, you'll be good.
I don't think much of Malik Willis is a here today, gone tomorrow quarterback. Kind of how I thought Gardner Minshew was here today, gone tomorrow. Just like Tim Tebow was here today, gone tomorrow. The NFL is full of quarterbacks that are here today, gone tomorrow. It's been like that since the first time a quarterback threw a forward pass.
You know who else was kind of called that? Lamar Jackson. And, he's an MVP.
I disagree. Well, people did say that, but I always liked Lamar, and I like him a lot now. And everyone's crapping about his deep ball, but he threw Tyrann Mathieu a very beautiful deep ball.
No, he has looked pretty good. If he had some receivers who could catch the ball with Rashad Bateman coming back. Hopefully, that helps it. But I mean, he was throwing a beautiful deep ball. I see you shake your head, Nathan. That's the
Rashad Bateman. Rashad Bateman's not going to help Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, he's not that. I mean, I don't know. I don't think he's that good. Not Lamar.
Is that because he went to Minnesota and you hate Minnesota?
I couldn't care less about Minnesota. I'm indifferent about Minnesota.
Yeah, he just said he was a Syracuse fan. What does that have anything to do with Minnesota?
About them.
Well, I was coming with the whole Vikings thing.
No. Well, here's the thing: is I'm a Chicago down the board, a big Chicago sports fan, but I couldn't care less about Minnesota. The Wild suck, the Twins suck, the Vikings suck, the Timberwolves suck. Even if they're good, they suck. I mean,
Vikings look pretty good.
Well, last week they did, but besides that, I mean, I don't know. They'll beat the Bears twice this year, but who cares?
I don't think the Vikings are good. I just think the Seahawks stink.
Wow.
The Seahawks are surprising me with this one. They're 1-2, right? What's this 1-2 start going on with?
Well, we're 3-0 in the first half.
Oh, there you go. So obviously that counts, right?
Yeah, no, just quit the game already, Nathan.
I wish we would. We just walk out.
They just super sim the end of the game like it's Madden, and they forgot to stop it, for that last game-winning drive.
Yeah.
This year.
Yeah.
Seattle's gonna be fine. Now I don't know this. Since they're doing that 7th playoff team, can everyone from a division make the playoffs now?
Yeah.
Post wild card.
You could, yeah.
If that's going to happen, it won't. But if that were to happen, it would be the AFC West or the NFC West.
AFC West too, probably. To be honest,
yeah.
Both of them.
The Broncos haven't played anyone.
Yeah, I think the Broncos are frauds. I think they finished the year 7-10.
Really?
They'd have to do really bad going forward, but
maybe 8-9, 7-10.
Yeah, they'd have to do really bad going forward. I like Teddy Bridgewater. I hope he does well. They don't.
I told Nathan before I thought he was the worst quarterback in the league, and now I have switched my stance. Is Ben? I have now gone to Ben Roethlisberger as the worst quarterback in the league.
Well, I mean, that's a tough one for me. I don't care much for Big Ben, but he's such a legend. It's a tough one for me to say he's the worst. Is he a bottom 5? Yeah, but is he the worst? No, and he's a Hall of Famer. So. But this year sucks. And that's the thing is some of these guys, they hang on a year or two too long. Well, no matter what the position is. And he hung on a year and a half too long. You can't quit mid-season, but he started last year off pretty well. And at the end of the year, the Steelers and him fell apart. And they'll still beat the Bears. I'm not here to bury the Bears. I love the Bears, and I would love them to go. What's
your like realistic kind of like prediction for the rest of the year record? I think you're muted.
So at the beginning of the year, I predicted 7-10 or 8-9.
Awfully generous.
And now I don't know what's going to happen. Are you guys
Can you hear me?
1 sec. I'll be right back.
While he's gone,
right.
4-13.
4-13. When he's back, 6-11. I would just like to talk about how I thought Arlington was in Texas.
Well, no, there is in Arlington, Texas, but someone didn't read the article.
I did not read the article. You're right. Yeah. I was watching the Pat McAfee show today, and I saw where they were talking about it. And they never said.
Are you good?
They never said Arlington, Illinois.
Yeah, I'll look it up for you.
Because isn't it Arlington Heights? And that's what it's called.
Maybe y'all are wrong, and it is in Texas.
No,
that would give way too many Texas teams, wouldn't it?
They already have too many Texas. Arlington Heights, Illinois.
Houston,
suburb of the city of Chicago.
Is Houston really an NFL team?
Without Deshaun Watson, even with Deshaun Watson, no.
Hey, Tyrod was throwing it back.
Tyrod is
throwing it back to his mediocre days in Buffalo,
to his Pro Bowl days in Buffalo.
Oh my gosh, he's about as much of a Pro Bowl as Mitch was.
Oh my God! Get out of here! You're talking. That's your backup quarterback you're talking about.
Hey, you know what? And that's fine if he can play some playoff ball. If Josh Allen ever goes down with the way he plays, there's a chance. But if he could just play playoff ball.
You owe him an apology week 17 when he comes in, or week 18 when he comes in to beat up on whoever they play week 18.
Kind of like I think it was Matt Barkley did against the Dolphins last year and crushed their chances to make the playoffs.
And Matt Flynn did that against the Lions years ago, and he got a big contract in Seattle.
And that's when they drafted Russ.
And they realized, hey, this guy sucks. We need that rookie kid.
The Bills played
pretty good. Well, I believe he's a first ballot Hall of Famer and the one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL. I can't remember his name. I think it's like Russell Wilson or something. He's pretty good.
Heard of him.
He's pretty good. He's got a Super Bowl ring, and Matt Flynn also has a Super Bowl ring as a backup. But I mean, it's more than
And Trubisky
He might as well
game one
sell
again
it.
this year.
More than
Wow.
Trubisky might get one this year.
No shot.
No,
No shot.
I'm saying Trubisky will win one this year.
They're gonna get run up by like the Titans.
They're gonna get run out of town in Buffalo.
This dude.
Hey, they can run the ball really well. The Titans can run the ball really well. In Buffalo, they did well running the ball a couple weeks ago, but they have struggled running the football. And in the playoffs, if you can't run the football and play good defense, you struggle. I don't care.
Seattle.
Nathan, don't even shake your head. Seattle stops running it after like the
teams
second.
with Peyton Manning. They couldn't run the ball. The one year they won that Super Bowl, they were with their like third or fourth string running back, and they were running the ball well, and their defense was playing well, and they happened to just run into Rex Grossman in the Super Bowl. That helped.
Yeah.
That helped.
Well, but Nick Foles. But what about Nick Foles?
They started
On the
running
other
the
side
ball.
of that.
Yeah, they ran the ball well, and they played great defense. And
I'm pretty sure they had LeGarrette Blount or Jordan Howard then.
No, Jordan Howard was with the Bears that year.
They were? He was?
Yeah, he was. That'd be nice if he had a ring for him, but it'd be better if he had a ring in 2018 with the Bears. But I don't know if the Cody Parkey. I just think the world would be so different if Cody Parkey made that kick.
I do not.
I think they would have. They would have definitely beaten the Rams. I don't care if it was in LA. They would have gone to the championship game. They would have. The Dallas would have upset the New Orleans Saints, obviously, and the Bears would have hosted the NFC Championship. They would have played. They would have beat Dallas. I mean, the next year when they struggled, they killed Dallas on Thursday Night Football. They would have beat Dallas. They would have gone to the Super Bowl. They were 1 yard short of tying New England in the regular season. They would have played on neutral territory. They would have.
Okay, hold on. Let's not.
Mitch Trubisky, Super Bowl MVP, 17-13 final. Bears win. Allen Robinson gets an extension right away, and there's no problem 2 years later of getting him his money.
And Matt Nagy's the coach for 6 or 7 more years.
No, Doug Peterson got fired 3 years after winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but that's because he totally botched the situation with Carson Wentz.
And Matt Nagy totally botched the Mitch Trubisky situation.
I was going to say,
yeah,
and
but that
Justin
if you botched the situation with your Super Bowl MVP,
but Trubisky would have gotten extended if he had a Super Bowl ring.
good.
And then there would have been no botching the situation with Trubisky.
Well, 2019 still happened. I think the same thing would have happened in 2019. He got hurt. He got hurt.
The Bears were nowhere near winning that Super Bowl.
Well, they weren't in it, so sure. They weren't near it. Yeah. They would have won the Super Bowl in 2018.
All right,
they're about as far away as the Bills.
They would have won.
Let's preview a few games this week.
It's been nearly 30 minutes. Like, let's look at the games.
Should we look on here, or screw it, ESPN? FanDuel Sportsbook needs to sponsor us.
Yeah.
Nathan, work on that one.
I got it. I'll try and swing that one.
All right, Thursday night football. Let's get to it.
All right, Jacksonville versus Cincinnati. Who do y'all have and against the spread?
I never bet the spread. I would just put the money line's so terrible though. I would put it in a parlay with the baseball game that night. I don't know who's playing Thursday, but whoever's playing the Cubs, I'd probably just put
take the Phillies over the Braves.
I'd probably put that in a parlay, even though they'll probably win by, was that 6.5 or 7.5?
7.5.
They'll probably win by 8, but I would parlay the minus 370 into something else. Maybe just another game that week.
Ryan, are you a fan of buying points when you bet?
No.
Thank you.
He just said he doesn't bet spreads, so no, he's not gonna.
No, but I have bet spreads before. I will bet if it's a -3 or less. I'll bet it because I believe like a lot of these games aren't going to be a 3-point game. There might be a 4 or 5 in, hopefully. But I bet the -1 for Tampa, and they got smoked.
Yeah,
I've been doing teasers. I haven't been buying any points, you jerk, Nathan. Have you ever done any teasers? Yeah.
Done props, teaser, everything.
So I want to go to mine that I had this week. So I did a 13-point teaser for -140, 4 teams. Titans +5.5. And they're facing, hold on one second. Who are the Titans facing? The Jets. So +5.5. Washington football team +11.5. They play the Falcons. Browns +11. They play the Vikings
What
and
is this? Like a
Seahawks.
minus 350?
No, this is minus 140, and then Seattle plus 16 against 49ers.
I don't know. I might put 100. I would maybe put 100 on that.
Dude, I think that's automatic money.
Do you have 100, Spencer, to put on that?
No, I don't have 100 to put on it. What do I look
You
like?
put like 20 and I don't
Jesus
want to like.
Christ. I will have 100 to put on it after this week.
Okay.
We're gonna put 50 on it and get like 30 back.
Hey, you know what? That's $30 I didn't have before, and that's an automatic.
I'm not saying that's a bad thing. So now you got 80, and then you keep going. And
wait, I got to get Ryan's opinion on this. So you're a Bears fan, and just say they're playing like the Packers.
No, I already talked to him
gonna
about this.
Are you gonna bet on the Packers?
No, why would I do that?
Thank you.
Okay,
It's the
I
most
actually
ridiculous
heard
thing
it
I've ever
from.
seen.
I actually heard it from someone, and I was like, "Oh my goodness, I do that." But Nathan calls me stupid. I thought about sending it, but this guy was a stooge who said it.
I would never put the Packers in a parlay. I don't care. I hope they go 0-17 every year.
Okay, the Bears are playing the Lions. You plus 240 for the Lions. You put $20 on it.
Oh, why?
Because the Bears are going to lose.
Because they might lose. They might get killed, but I'm going to root for. I don't want to say, okay, well, I want Matt Nagy to get fired, so I'm going to root super hard for the Lions. I'm still going to root for the Bears. I hope they finish the season 15-2 and turn it around. I
didn't say I was rooting for the team I'm betting on.
No,
I said I cope with money. And then I celebrate with losing money. Say win.
Yeah, I'm not super pumped about losing $20 in a week 3 football game.
It's basically buying for the Bills to win. And you know what? If that's
no,
what
not at all.
Yes, that is basically what it is. And you know what? If the Bills don't win, I get refunded plus a couple bucks.
But then when the Bills have a good season, you're broke.
But the Bills had a good season. I can't do it. I can't do it this week because I think the Bills are like minus 1,500 over the Texans. So that would be the perfect week to bet for the Texans.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
This is so hard to listen to.
I think you should just bet the prop of how many rushing attempts Singletary is going to get, because they're going to be running the ball pretty going into the third quarter. They're just going to be killing time.
Yeah.
I'd say run up the score, but that's not going to happen because I'm going to bet on the Texans for plus 870, and then I'm going to put 100 on it. And you know what? I will be betting for the rest of the year with free money because the Texans beat the Bills.
Okay.
So there it is.
I like your logic.
Thank you. All right, let's go to the next.
That makes zero sense.
It makes sense. All right. You just don't agree with it.
Oh, by the way, give me the Jags with 7.5.
You say Jags 7.5?
That's fair. That's actually fair.
I'll take Bengals minus 7.5.
Give me the over. I'll go the over.
Okay.
I'll take Bengals minus 7.5. Washington versus Atlanta. I'll take minus 1.5 for Washington.
I would take 1.5. That's a fair one to take. It's
too.
almost like taking the money line.
And also, we'll take the under because I think I think Washington's pass rush gets back this week against a very bad O-line.
Dude, Atlanta looks like a JV team. Yeah.
Yeah. I would stay with just minus 1.5. I would just stay with that.
Okay.
All right, Lions Bears.
I
would take the Bears minus 3.
I'm gonna be quiet here.
Get it minus 3 plus 100 for minus 3. What's the over under? I can't tell. 42.
42.
Are we hammering the Lions this week?
Give me the over. I would take the over in that. I think like a 22-20 game is fair. A 27-23 game is fair. Give me the over. I think 42 is pretty generous. 45.
If the Bears start Andy Dalton, I'll take minus 3 Chicago. If they start Justin Fields, I'm not touching.
Yeah, I would just take the over at 42. You always hammer the over. You always bet over.
All right, Titans Jets minus 7. I think this is very generous. I am hammering the Titans minus 7.
Me as well.
I would take the money line for sure. I do think they'll blow them out, but with my luck, if I took the minus 7, they would win by like 3 points, and then I would just tweet how depressed I am.
I think Derrick Henry's going to have like a 300-yard game here.
That would be the NFL record. I would probably just I'd probably do a couple props with like Zach Wilson throwing the ball like 20 times because they're going to be behind so early, and then probably rushing yards for Derrick Henry, probably 100 rushing yards or something. He'll hit over 100. I just feel like that would be fair.
He's gonna hit that in the first quarter.
Well, I know that would just be money, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Browns Vikings -2 towards Cleveland. I would take the Browns.
I would take -2. Yeah, I'll take -2. Are you writing this stuff down? See who's more right, or are you going to go back? Like what's going on?
We can always watch this back.
Yeah, we'll watch it back. See who's right.
Give me the Vikings. They looked like Super Bowl champs last week.
Oh my gosh, they
best
played the Seahawks. Don't even.
You know who looked like Super Bowl champs last week? The team they're playing. Miles Garrett 4.5 sacks. I don't even want to.
Once again, they're playing the Bears.
Just saying, you got to beat who you play.
Yeah,
Colts, Dolphins. Oh,
give me the Colts with a 1.5.
Yeah, I would take that 1.5. Give me the Colts.
I am not touching that one.
I would take Indy because I think they got a better quarterback situation. Who's
Panthers?
playing?
Panthers, Cowboys -4.5.
Wait, real quick, is the Dolphins Colts game? Is that a Jacoby Brissett revenge game?
No, there was no revenge game there.
Okay,
there is. There's no revenge because he almost ruined their season after Andrew Luck. So there's no.
Oh wow.
There's no revenge. He didn't do anything.
Okay.
I say yes, Nathan. I say the Colts only lose by 10.
Okay.
Up to the Panthers, Cowboys, -4.5 towards Dallas. I'll take the Panthers +4.5.
You know what? I'm taking the money line for the Panthers money line.
I'm gonna take the Cowboys. I
want
think
to thank Dallas because I made some decent cash off them this week. I put a decent amount of money on them and they won. So thank you.
Yeah, I'd go with Dallas. I don't think Carolina's defense has been good. I just don't see them keeping up with Dallas.
I think it's two solid quarterbacks. One's more solid by a mile, but
Giants Saints -7.5 towards New Orleans. That's a big number.
Taking a -7.5 for any of these games. I'm taking the Saints.
I am not. I am saying +7.5 New York.
I agree with Ryan here because I think the Saints' run defense is going to absolutely lock down Saquon, and then you're depending on Daniel Jones to win the game. No thanks.
I'm not asking for him to win the game. I'm just asking for him to keep it within a touchdown.
Well, I don't think he's that good. I think he's.
I agree. He's horrible.
And they're going to have two top 10 picks. Why not take one of those quarterbacks?
Chiefs -7 versus the Eagles.
I would just take the money line.
The Chiefs are
awful. I wouldn't even touch that game because I'm not making much off that. I wouldn't touch that game.
I would take the Chiefs -7 solely because they're a 1-2. There's no shot they lose.
Yeah, I take back
the money line, whichever. There's no shot they lose.
I actually take back if I was betting a -7, maybe I would just put it on the Chiefs. They have all of them, but I think both of those would hit probably.
I'll take Eagles +7.
Yeah.
What is this? 15 Buffalo. I don't even touch that game. I would take the over because 47 is very generous with what they're going to do.
That is such a high number, 15.5.
Give me the Texans straight up.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm putting it on.
I think it's going to be closer. I think it's probably going to be like a 13-point game. And it's because they're going to give up garbage time points. And give me the over 47.
No, I'm just kidding. Give me the Bills. Hammer the Bills.
34-20 Buffalo.
I'll say -15.5 for the Bills. I think they win 30-3.
I'm going to say 52-3 Buffalo.
I don't think the Texans score a touchdown.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Maybe a pick six.
They've allowed one offensive touchdown that wasn't caused by a special teams play the past 2 weeks.
That special teams play was garbage, by the way. It should not have counted. It should have counted as an incompletion, even though that is not a thing on snaps. And Buffalo should have won because I lost money off Buffalo. But that's the end. We don't care about that.
Cardinals Rams -4.5 for the Rams.
Give me the -240.
Ooh, this is tough.
Yeah, because I'm not.
Give me the Cardinals +198.
I say Cardinals are frauds. Rams beat them by 14.
Definitely not frauds, but definitely not better than LA.
I think they're the worst team in their division.
The worst team in the division is San Francisco.
I
agree with that.
I
San
think
Francisco
Cardinals
is
are the
the
worst.
most over. They are maybe the worst 13-3 team, and everyone said Green Bay was the worst 13-3 team. They were the worst 13-3 team I can remember in 2019.
I think they are better coached.
So well, they've got a great coach, sure, but they were overrated in 2019. The fact they went to the Super Bowl was a gift. They were gifted with their schedule in the playoffs. They super overrated football team. I think I don't know. I don't think much of Jimmy Garoppolo, and I don't think much of that football team. I think the defense was overrated. I think their schedule was too easy. I think they were gifted a Super Bowl run, and I don't think they'll ever be back with what they have right now. They're not going back to the Super Bowl this year. They're
not going back to the Super Bowl, but I still think they're better coached than Arizona. I think they have a better defense than Arizona. I think they have a better running game than Arizona. I think Cardinals just have a better passing game, and I don't see the Cardinals' success continuing.
I disagree.
I disagree as well.
I think San Francisco sucks.
All right, so you're taking
at least he knows how he feels.
You're taking +3 Seattle here, Ryan, right?
Hammer it.
I would hammer the hell out of that.
I'd hammer the whole top. I'd hammer the whole top
Why
line.
would I hammer that when I could take the money line?
Hammer the whole top line.
Yeah.
Like I said, don't. Like I said, don't. Like
I would
Andy
put,
Reid's not going to go one.
I might put 100 on the +125. I'll tweet it out so you know I'm not kidding.
Like we said, Andy Reid's not starting 1-3. You know, Pete Carroll's not starting 1-3.
I appreciate that, Spencer. That means a lot.
Yeah.
No, Seattle sucks, but they're not starting 1-3.
They do not suck. They, I don't know what's the heck's going on with them, but
they have no defense. That's what's going on with them. They can't stop a freaking nosebleed.
Where did you? Is that from you or did you hear that somewhere?
What, the nosebleed line? I don't know. I've only heard it freaking 400 times. But the Seattle defense part, I mean, that's just you turn on 5 plays.
I mean, I think Pete figures it out at some point. He's not going 1-3, especially against San Francisco.
And it's sad that Bobby Wagner can have a game where he has 20 tackles and then nobody talks about it because they got absolutely dicked on.
Well, see, Bobby Wagner and Jamal Adams, who are just 2 studs and top 3 players at their position.
You know what's crazy is Justin Fields had 6 awesome completions and no one talks about them because he threw 13 incomplete passes.
That's very fair. That's very fair. We need to bring that to the forefront.
How many completions
14,
did he?
My bad. Sorry with the math there. 14.
How many completions did he have? Did he only have 6?
Yeah, he was 6 for 20.
And he threw it net from one side of my couch to the other side of my couch.
Yeah, weren't they all like dump offs?
I mean, he didn't. They weren't. Look, Justin's a nice kid.
Oh no, that's like saying. Oh no, that's the breakup line.
He had no help on offensive line, and he has the worst coach in the NFL helping him out outside of Urban Meyer.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I like Justin. He's a good guy. He's I think he'll be fine at some point if they get rid of Matt Nagy. Now, if they keep Matt Nagy the next 3 years and keep Justin the next 3 years, Justin's going to be the backup in Buffalo.
Well, Spencer, to answer your question, yes, they were dump offs.
I thought they were too. They were only like little 8-yard curls.
Looked like Big Ben throwing it to Najee, and Najee just gets smacked.
What do we do as Allen Robinson owners, Ryan? I mean, I am as an Allen Robinson owner.
Everyone said Allen was screwed with Mitch Trubisky and Blake Bortles as 2 of his top quarterbacks. You don't know anything until you see him playing with the 2021 Chicago Bears. He got screwed this year, not last year, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. He's coming off back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons, and he'd be lucky the way the offense is playing right now to freaking hit 800.
Well,
around.
Allen Robinson is the best receiver in the league, according to you, and he had like 10 yards.
You said he would be the number 1 over Devontae Adams.
I corrected it last week. I said I was on the spot.
He did come on here and say that Nathan.
That was the first thing that came out of my mouth was last week or 2 weeks ago, whatever it was. I was on the spot, and
sometimes you just say things, you get going, and you kind of like Arlington, Texas.
But I was trying to hype the Bears up. I was trying to hype it up. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that we started off 1-2, and I'm sorry I forgot how terrible the coach was.
Apology not accepted.
I just
All right.
I figured, maybe they would, if I said it, it would turn around.
No, that's fair.
And it did.
Say it
But
till you
Allen
believe it.
Robinson's a great receiver. He's just getting screwed with the quarterback spot and the head coach. If I don't know, I feel like he's wasting. It's not his fault that he was offered, all the money he was offered with the franchise tag. I would sign it too. He couldn't go anywhere. He was screwed. So, yeah.
He is definitely a Green Bay Packer.
Alan, if you see this, I'm very sorry that you're dealing with this. Right?
You know what? If Allen Robinson sees this, I will.
Alan,
I'll pay for his next contract.
You just take this one clip, Allen Robinson. I'm sorry that you are stuck with the worst situation in football right now. I'm very sorry, and you're a great receiver. I'm very sorry you're stuck with this situation, and I know you won't be in Chicago next year, and hopefully wherever you end up, you like it. Not love it, but you like it.
Boom.
Wow, that was heartfelt.
That's getting sent to Allen Robinson right there.
Now Allen's going to go play his heart out because he saw that.
If Allen Robinson watches a little bit of the Fantasy Fanatics, maybe that's what he's missing.
Yeah, that is.
Maybe he'll go out and catch 200 yards or something.
And Justin Fields, in Justin Fields' defense, I did watch a little bit of that, and it felt like none of the receivers created any separation.
Well,
it just looks like the Chicago Bears woke up at 11:30 a.m. and just said, "Oh shit, we have a football game."
It felt like he had 0.71 seconds to get rid of the football.
Yeah,
it was kind of a combination, and don't blame it on Justin Fields.
Oh, I'm not blaming it on Justin. I told you.
No, I'm talking to everybody else.
Justin Fields, if you're seeing this, fake an injury.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go down.
The whole Bears clubhouse has this video up playing.
You see that hand you said you hurt or was hurt? Just sit out for it until like week 10
next year.
Required. And then you can go with Bill Lazor and somehow turn the season around, salvage the season.
Well, I'm going to need Andy Dalton back in there because, I have a lot of Allen Robinson and a lot of David Montgomery in my fantasy leagues. And, that was the worst.
I don't know. I mean, when you fall behind, you're not running the ball as much.
Well, I think Andy Dalton is better than Justin Fields at this point right now.
Yeah. I mean, I can't say no to that. He's got the worst QBR in the NFL.
Oof. What was it?
7.1 overall right now. 7.1.
What was it
only up from here
that we laughed about?
I think it was 3 or something.
You hyped this guy up so much that week.
I didn't hype him up.
You were so pumped up.
QBR was better than his passer rating, and it wasn't.
You were so pumped up for Justin Fields.
It would probably be better on offense without Andy Dalton and Justin Fields because he can move around. And then when I saw them not adding any protection and trying to murder the kid, I realized that maybe he should sit and let Nick Foles get beat. Nick Foles, if he gets called in, he's going to be like, what do you mean I got to start this week? He's like, you see the offense last week? He's like, I'm the third string quarterback who eats a hot dog during the game and doesn't even wear shoulder pads. Why do I have to? I don't dress for these games, and now you want me to start playing? That's what.
All right, so we're taking Seahawks +3, all of us?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm taking the money line. $100. I'm putting it on after this.
Ravens Broncos +1 for the Ravens. That's easy Ravens.
That's
for me.
Easy money. Wait, oh my god, I would just take the money line. It's got better odds than the +1. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Am I seeing that right?
Scroll down, Spencer.
I think you're really taking in. You're really not accounting for the fact that it may tie. So.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me just bet $100 on the tie.
That's like betting $100 on the Texans.
It's I think it's a better check. I bet you there's better odds at the time than the Texans winning. Texans were what, plus 870? Go to more wages and see.
All right, let's see. I bet a tie is plus 1,500.
Maybe. I think you go to totals, right?
I have no idea. I don't use FanDuel.
I use
I do not either.
mybookie.ag. Nope, that's. I think totals. Go to total points, odd, even, maybe right there. No, that's
the
not
odd.
right. Second, no, I don't know. We'll just. Oh my god.
You know, you and Nathan talk it up for a little bit, and I'll try to find.
Yeah.
I'll try to find the odds on a tie.
Go to scoring.
Yeah, that's probably right. Where is that? There we go. Yeah, I didn't see that. I love how I said totals, even though.
Team to score first. Race to 20. Okay, you know what? I'm about to do this on my phone. Screw this.
Yeah, screw that. Come on, man.
Yeah, let's keep it moving, Spencer. What the heck?
Let's keep it moving, Spence. Let's keep it going.
Unbelievable.
Now I'm doing
I do apologize for that, guys.
I'm going to do this bet right now, plus whatever it is for the Seahawks, because the 49ers are terrible.
That means a lot.
Yeah, no problem, man.
You know, you're going to be losing some money.
Oh, if I lose money, I'll come on next week and beg for money.
DK's going for like 350 and like 5 touchdowns. Don't worry.
Can I do that? Can I make this?
I'm trying to find the odds on a tie here.
All right.
What are we doing? Ravens, Broncos?
So on my bookie, it's a plus 130, so I'm making like $5 more.
What, the tie?
Yes, sir. No.
No, okay. I was about to say.
All right, 1 sec here. Let me fix this.
While you are doing that, Packers or Steelers? Just straight up.
Packers. For
Packers. Sure. Would you take
sure.
6.5 points with the Steelers?
No, I would not.
Yeah,
I would take
I think the Packers blow them out.
I think -6.5.
I have too much anxiety in my life to ever take a bigger spread, though. All right. Bet accepted.
Well, I guess there's no way to.
Can't go back.
Hell yeah. There you go.
Can't go back.
Dude, you're going to lose money. What are you doing?
All right, next week. You owe me 20 push-ups when I'm ready.
Okay. All right. And you know what? When this 49ers beat the Seahawks, you owe me 20 push-ups, too. I can't think of anything better.
I already lost $100.
Yeah, what the heck?
Come on, man.
Oh, the $100 is way easier than me doing any push-ups.
I think Spence would pay $100 just to not have to do 20 push-ups.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to be on the show. He could FaceTime me after.
Yeah. Steelers. I think you're taking the Packers, Nathan. You're taking the Steelers, Ryan.
No, I'm taking the Packers.
You're taking. You said you wouldn't bet on the spread.
I would hammer the Packers.
If I was betting, I would hammer the Packers. I would put
all right.
on the Packers.
This is my bet of the week. Patriots, Bucks. I'm taking Bucks -7 all day. I ranked Tom Brady as the #1 overall quarterback this week. I ranked Rob Gronkowski as the #2 tight end.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did.
Who's the number 1 tight end? It's got to be Kels, right? Kelsey?
Yeah, Kelsey. I think Gronkowski puts up 80 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's why.
Wow.
1 touchdown, I'll take 80 yards.
I'll probably still finishes like a
I'm gonna say he's got like 20 yards.
Well,
But like
speaking
3
of
scores.
receivers, you were telling that guy to put Adam Thielen in, and I told him the Carolina.
Oh my goodness! I know what. Oh my! Goodness.
I didn't even know why to answer that. I was in it because it was for some reason I was tagged in it, and I was like, I'm gonna put DJ Moore just to mess with him, and I was right.
That's what we do. That's what we do. We just mess with people.
We're just like flipping coins back here.
This guy's like, oh, the fantasy fanatics. These guys are great, and then they see it, and they're like, this guy's got no idea what he's talking about. I take Tampa. I don't know. I would probably parlay it again because a -300 is terrible.
You know what? I've been doing parlays, and I've lost, I think, $250 ever since football started.
A parlay is a sucker's bet.
The parlays suck. I'm doing teasers now.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing teasers.
Well, that teaser that I did, that's like automatic money for -140.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty good.
I put
I
put like $80 on that, so
yeah,
I'm pretty happy. But I'm taking -7 Patriots. -7 Bucks.
I'm taking the next one. Taking the Chargers -3.
Hmm.
Well,
Give me the Raiders.
that one's such a tough one.
No, -3 Chargers in overtime. Touchdown. Ooh.
Oh, but if it goes into overtime, then the field goal is so likely.
No, and touchdown. Justin Herbert rushes it in from the 1 yard line.
Oh, okay. That's tough for Austin Eckler owners, isn't it, Spencer?
You know what? As long as he scores as many touchdowns as he did last week, because what he scored like 6 or 7. We were making a joke because they kept showing the replay of Austin Eckler's touchdown. I think we saw it 8 or 9 times. So, no, I'll take that one's such a tough one.
Give me the over, though. The over 52.5.
Yeah, no, give me the -3. It's going to be a 6-0 ball game, folks.
Wow. Heard it here first.
It'll be pretty high scoring. I don't think it goes to overtime though.
I'll take Chargers.
Yeah, I take Chargers too.
What's the Monday night game? It's not showing up on here, but what is it?
Chargers and Raiders.
Oh, I thought that.
That's Sunday night, isn't it?
No, Sunday night
Sunday
is
4
New
o'clock.
England in Tampa. Hit more NFL then.
What?
Hit the more NFL button. See if
That would have maybe done it.
No, it
Jesus.
says no. Monday night is. Wait, what? It says
yeah, I'm
Monday
telling
night
you, man. I
is
told
Chargers
you.
and Raiders. So what is the Sunday night game? Am I tripping?
Tampa.
Oh no, it's the Bucks game. Ryan was right. We were wrong.
Oh, so it had it under it. I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on, I want to go to some more conference winners.
Okay. Tampa Bay. You know what? Here's a bold prediction. I think Kansas City misses the playoffs this year.
Oh no! Oh no! I still think they win the AFC.
Wow.
No chance. No chance.
Well, then who's your next team?
To win the AFC?
I don't
Tennessee.
like. This might be the bias, but I don't love any of those other teams besides the Browns and the Bills.
Give me Tennessee. Tennessee at plus 1100.
Tennessee is such a
Absolutely.
bad defense, though.
Give me the LA Chargers.
Wow.
Buffalo Bills or LA Chargers. Those are my picks.
I like that call.
Part of it is I want Mitch to get a ring, but the other part of it is I love that Justin Herbert kid.
Are we betting on anybody but the Packers? I mean, the Rams and the Bucks on this one.
I think
Plus 1300 is pretty good. I take it.
the Bucks are going to win. They're going to go on the road to LA in the championship game. They're going to get they're going to win the rematch.
I did see where you said the Bucks are going to beat the Rams later in the season.
They're going to get the rematch.
Seahawks Titans in the Super Bowl.
Are we
I
taking
want this
Broncos?
on
plus-
That is such a terrible matchup. Seahawks is a cool matchup, but I don't want the Titans in this. I don't know why. I just feel like that's just boring.
That's like such a hot take. I just want this on video for when it happens.
It's not going to happen, so don't worry about
You
it.
know what? There's real money right
Still
here.
I
Plus 3,500 for the Jaguars to win the AFC South.
They're going to need a new coach and like a new defense and some weapons.
Well, you know what? Urban Meyer's going to rally them boys, and they're going to start with the Bengals.
Urban Meyer at this stage of his life and his coaching career could not get me excited to run through a paper wall. I'm not even saying a brick wall or just a regular, drywall. I'm not going through something that guaranteed to break right away. Or he doesn't motivate me to do anything.
I'm trying to
Prime J-Rob, though. Prime J-Rob is going to carry them.
I don't think a running back is carrying.
Golly, Nathan. If you don't stop with this James Robinson fucking nonsense.
What is wrong with J-Rob
They
Robinson?
didn't lose what's his name at the beginning of the season, the other running back. They would be in better position.
Travis Etienne?
Yeah, they'd be in better position at the running game, but their defense is so bad.
He's talking about Derry Ogunbowale.
I think it's Trevor Lawrence. I think it's Trevor Lawrence that's cocking him. He throws picks way too often.
I think Tim Tebow should have been their quarterback.
That would have been like the ultimate gadget player.
That would have been the ultimate like F you to like everyone that said Tim shouldn't be on the team, and then he plays quarterback, and like they take him to the playoffs at 11-6 or something.
People would hate him. They would still
He
find
wins a playoff game on the road against like the Steelers again or something.
Start him over Trevor Lawrence.
First, the Steelers have to make the playoffs.
No, they won't make the playoffs, but that would be funny. I wouldn't start anyone over. I mean, their roster.
The Steelers have the worst odds to win the AFC. Oh, I will bet on that as soon as we get off right here.
AFC North.
I think that's an overreaction.
Yeah, that's definitely an overreaction, but I definitely don't think they're winning that division.
Yeah, but plus 1,100, that's like The Texans winning and plus some.
Yeah, but the Bengals are plus 1,100 too. Does that say something to you?
The what?
The Bengals are plus 1,100 too. So you should.
I would bet all my money that the Steelers finish better than the Bengals.
No.
Ooh.
No. Steelers.
$20 bet right now. Bengals versus Steelers.
Didn't they already play?
No, I'm just talking about rest of the season.
Oh, didn't they play last week and the Bengals beat them? Or they played
That gives you even more reason right now to bet $20. Steelers
$20 with you. Did the Bengals finish better than?
But Spencer's not good for it though. He doesn't have $20.
He doesn't have.
Yeah, I will after the Texans win.
He'll have more than 20. You want what we're doing? What's the bet here? I give you 20 if the Steelers finish better than the Bengals, or if they don't finish in last place.
Yep, and I will finish. I will give you 20 if the Bengals finish better than the Steelers.
All right, deal.
Wow.
There it is.
Don't run away when I win. Don't go
He
sprinting.
he has a tendency to just like ignore you.
Don't go sprinting. I made a bet with a guy.
Well, if the Bengals win, you'll never be on the podcast again. So there it is. No,
I made a bet with some guy last year when the Bears like fell apart, and I said the Bears are going to come back with Mitch and make the playoffs, and he's like, okay, $50, and I said, okay, cool, and he blocked me. Some other guy took the bet too, so it was me and this guy. So he's going to get like $100 if the Bears miss the playoffs, and they made the playoffs, and this guy blocked both of us.
Wow.
So some guy, I won't name his name, but some guy in the back arts of Chicago owes me $50.
Do it. Name names.
Yeah, name names.
I don't remember his name. I don't remember. I didn't block him back, so I don't remember. I don't have I don't know if I even have the DMs. I have to look, but
I would go through some player props,
let's go through
but
them.
I don't know if they're up yet because they're not under the website that I use. But the website I use is about the jankest website I've ever seen.
I use what, Boveda or something?
Bovada, yeah.
Dude, my bookies.
I thought we weren't naming names, Ryan.
I
just crapped on the betting website that I use.
I think my bookie is probably the best website. If they would,
I used to use it. It's right here. I used to use it.
Some guy, I don't remember his name, but some guy was telling me that my bookie is like a bunch of scam artists, and I'm like, dude, I've been using them for like 4 years. I've gotten all my money, and like I've never had that issue. But
that's what people have said about Bovada, but I'm like, I just give probably $100.
It's almost
every
like
week.
dark web betting. It's basically like dark web betting at this point. You know?
Hey, if you ever find the name of that guy who owes you the $50, tweet out his name and tag us in the tweet.
All right, I will.
Yeah.
Will not. I guarantee he will not.
Expose him. We'll expose him.
See, look, there's no. What is this? There's no player props up yet.
No, I don't know.
Let's go through some for tomorrow night because I know those are up.
They'll have
Guys,
there has to be up.
Guys, y'all gonna have to do this by yourself. I gotta dip out real quick.
All right.
I got
You
some
coming
stuff.
back,
going
or
on.
are you done forever?
Nah, I won't be back, but I appreciate you coming on again.
Yeah, I'll see you Wednesday. Next Wednesday.
Ryan Wednesday, love to see it. All right, I'll see you guys.
All right, yeah, we're gonna wrap it up with Nathan.
All right.
Yeah,
Have a
thank
good-
you for coming on, Ryan. No, we're gonna have you on next Wednesday too, and hopefully we're talking about beating the Lions with Justin Fields.
Probably not though.
Maybe Nick Foles comes in and saves the day. Big Nick.
We'll see. We will see. Thanks, Ryan, and
All right.
we will
Player
see you
props
next Wednesday.
week. Yes.
See you guys.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
Have a good one.